Though we have seen conditions settle from what was hurricane, now tropical, then tropical storm, now tropical depression, Nicholas, improve across the area, we're not done with it yet. Still have a lot of moisture rolling through, and we're going to kind of show what's going on now and what the models are still saying through the day tomorrow and even on into early Thursday. Right now it is a depression, still associated with a lot of moisture, and though we had some dry air kind of help us out, we've been talking about the fact that if we saw any kind of band setting up, that may lead to the potential for some flooding, and that does not guarantee it, because right now they have been moving through kind of the Morgan City, Thibodaux, Houma area. So unfortunately, all areas that were affected dramatically by Hurricane Ida a few weeks ago, but you started to get those showers. Now at the moment, they're not anything particularly bad. You've got a heavy downpour kind of isolated, and then they move, but notice more development off the coast. And if this does continue and we start to see that kind of filling in with more of a constant rain, then we would have a little bit more of a flooding issue, and that will be something to watch for during the overnight period. Although if these storms also kind of move to the east, if the storm itself does move to the east, we could see that kind of generally moving, and that again kind of spreads out the wealth, spreads the accumulation over a larger area, and thus doesn't isolate it to one particular spot. Now we do have those brighter cloud tops, so there are certainly more intensifying storms offshore, and as we colorize satellite, you can see that you got a little blossoming of some storms there. If they do hold together, would be moving on land, so that will be something to watch for through the overnight period. In terms of a widespread flooding issue, it just does not look like that is going to be the case. We have that dry air still moving in, strong westerly winds helping to push most of this moisture farther off to the east, and the computer model guidance is showing that drier air moving in. Now, this drier air in the mid-levels does not necessarily mean you're done with rainfall. Far from it. It just means that deep tropical moisture that allows for those heavy rainfall rates that we saw earlier in the day to move away from us. And so far, the accumulations all day have been manageable. Just over 2 inches of rainfall downtown. Not quite 1.5 inches at Slidell. Not even 1 inch at Bogalusa. Kenner didn't reach 2 inches yet. Now again, we are going to see more of those showers, and it may be in areas that are kind of already saturated. Down along the bayou parishes, we've seen some isolated regions of 3 to 6 inches of rainfall. Now we may add another few inches to that, but again, a widespread flooding issue just does not look to be the case. However, the flash flood risk through the day tomorrow is of a moderate, meaning we could see widespread flooding. I really just don't think we're going to see anything widespread. Certainly localized flooding, no question about that. We still may see another couple of inches in some areas, but over the entirety of southeast Louisiana, it just doesn't look like that. And we've also seen a little bit of a shift in the official forecast of rainfall to the 5 to 7 inch range, more along the Mississippi-Alabama coastline. Now, if we go through tomorrow and into Thursday with another few inches of rain, it could be a little bit more of an issue. Just kind of want to show everything because the models are still pointing at that heavier rainfall threat across a wider area, but the drier air seems to say otherwise. The winds, it's been kind of breezy, and they will be picking up at times over the course of the night tonight and into early tomorrow, but we are not expecting anything in terms of damaging winds. One positive was that the temperatures did stay down all day today. We were in the 70s, upper 70s to low 80s tomorrow, 80% chance of rain. It will be another wet one, but we will also see more breaks in the rainfall. And then unfortunately, we're just going to stay in a wet pattern with scattered and numerous storms, still somewhat associated with Nicholas on Thursday, then back to our normal variety as we head into the weekend and early next week.